southern Sierra Nevada, has traveled 300 miles along the San Andreas system and continues to move northwest. As evidence of the motion of the plates, that granite will do. For an extremely large percentage of the history of the world, there was no California. That is, according to present theory. I don't mean to suggest that California was underwater and has since come up. I mean to say that of the varied terrains and physiographic provinces that we now call California, nothing whatever was there. The continent ended far to the east, the continental shelf as well. Where California has come to be, there was only blue sea reaching down some miles to ocean crustal rock, which was moving as it does into subduction zones to be consumed. Ocean floors with an aggregate area many times the size of the present Pacific were made at spreading centers, moved around the curve of the earth, and melted in trenches before there was ever so much as a kilogram of California. Then, a piece at a time, according to present theory, parts began to assemble. An island arc here, a piece of a continent there, a Japan at a time, a New Zealand, a Madagascar, came crunching in upon the continent and have thus far adhered. Baja is about to detach. A great deal more may go with it. Some parts of California arrived head-on, and others came sliding in on transform faults, in the manner of that Sierra granite west of the San Andreas. In 1906, the jump of the great earthquake, the throw, the offset, the maximum amount of local displacement as one plate moved with respect to the other, was something like 20 feet. The dynamics that have pieced together the whole of California have consisted of tens of thousands of earthquakes as great as that. Tens of thousands of examples of what people like to singularize as the big one, and many millions of earthquakes of lesser magnitude. In 1914, Andrew Lawson, writing the San Francisco folio of the Geologic Atlas of the United States, wistfully said, "Most of the faults are the expression of energies that have been long spent, and are not in any sense a menace. It is, moreover, barely possible that stresses in the San Andreas fault zone have been completely and permanently relieved by the fault movement of 1906. Andrew Lawson, who named the San Andreas fault, was a structural geologist of the first order, whose theoretical conclusions were as revered in his time as others are at present. For the next 6 decades in California, a growing population tended to imagine that the stresses were indeed gone, that the greatest of historic earthquakes, in this part of the fault, had relieved the pressure and settled the risk forever. In the 1960s, though, when the work of several scientists from various parts of the world coalesced to form the theory of plate tectonics, it became apparent, at least to geologists, that those 20 feet of 1906 were a minuscule part of a shifting global geometry. The 20-odd lithospheric plates of which the rind of the earth consists are nearly all in continual motion. In these plate movements, earthquakes are the incremental steps. 50,000 major earthquakes will move something about 100 miles. After there was nothing, earthquakes brought things from far parts of the world to fashion California. DeFaze and I had been working in Utah and Nevada, in the physiographic province of the Basin and Range. Now he was about to go east and home, and we wandered around San Francisco while waiting for his plane. Downtown, we walked by the Transamerica building, with its wide base, its high sides narrowing to a point, and other buildings immensely tall and straight. DeFaze said, "There are 2 earthquake-resistant structures."